Stop telling people your goals. Stop telling people what are your plans for the future. Let me tell y'all something. One of the main reasons why I go hard is because nobody else wants to. Truly. Everybody wants the reward. Nobody wants the responsibility. Nobody wants to take the risk. When I used to work these jobs, most of the people I work with, if I told them what I had planned, if I told them I wanted to be a business owner, an entrepreneur, I wanted more than what I have, they all shot it down. They all told me I wasn't going anywhere further than where I was, working a 9-to-5 with them. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with a 9-to-5. But if you want something more, you deserve that. If you are willing to put in the work to get further in life, to attain something greater than what you have right now, you deserve that. And nobody should be able to take that away from you. But when you start telling people what you have planned, they start to shoot you down. When I used to work at a warehouse, I told people, working for the man is not something grown men should do for the rest of their lives. Somewhere down the line, you have to have something that you can call your own, something that you wake up for, something that you build from the ground up. And on top of that, I had already knew that the owner of the company we was working for, he had already planned on selling his business. But they wasn't trying to hear me. You understand what I'm saying? They was already, I'm good where I'm at, I'm comfortable. Who wants to put in all that work to own a business? Meanwhile, if it wasn't that day, another day I heard them complaining about the circumstances. How they hate waking up in the morning to come to a job that's paying them basically pennies. They're getting crumbs while everybody else eating loaves. So it's like they couldn't make their mind up. And on top of that, what's funny is, no more than 2 months later, the business owner liquidated the business. He compared that location that we worked at to all his other locations and realized there was no benefit in keeping this store open. There was no reason to keep pouring money into this company and he's not getting anything in return. And you know what happened? We all got fired. But guess what? I was already on my entrepreneurship. I was already doing things. I was working at the gym. I was being a personal trainer. I was making my own money on the side. But what happened to all those guys? They had families. They had loved ones they was trying to take care of. So they hated their circumstances, right? But look, they was motivated because they had other people depending on them. And I was trying to plant that seed. Look, man, all of you guys have more skills than just coming to this warehouse driving a forklift. Go put some energy into that. Why can't we put energy into those things? They didn't want to hear me. They didn't want to believe what I was saying was true. They didn't want to put the work in. And it ended up costing all of us. But I had already started building my foundation. I knew I can't depend on the man because guess what? This is his business. This is his asset. If he decides to wake up and liquidate, where am I? I'm assed out. This isn't my asset. So first of all, don't tell nobody your business. Don't tell no one your goals, and always pay attention. Everybody can, not everybody will. The moment you tell somebody you're going to be an entrepreneur, you know what they're going to say? Everybody can't be a boss. And that's true. But the problem with that is everybody keeps saying it. Everybody is saying everybody can't be a boss. Everybody is saying everybody can't be rich. When you have 95% of the population saying everybody can't, meaning they're not even trying, you only got 5% left that's either going to make it or try. And guess what? Out of the 5% that's going to make it or try, we all know that only 1% make it. For whatever reason, the other 4 don't make it. But 5% out of 95% of the total population, especially in countries like America, the UK, places where we have more opportunity than other countries, this is what we're doing? We're making excuses. I don't give a fuck what anybody think about me. If I have something I want, I'm going to go get it. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of you have the same ambition, but you're talking too much to people. Stay silent. Because not only will they going to doubt you because they doubt on themselves, they're going to hate on you. They're going to speak that negative energy. We don't need none of that energy. We need people that's going to come get the bag with us. Chase success. Because like I said in my other videos, man, if you ain't chasing success, you have to chase something. You're human. And what you going to end up chasing? Instant gratification. Ass and titties. Drama. Gambling addiction. Porn addiction. It's going to happen. You're going to get out of shape. You're not going to work out. You're not going to eat clean. You're not going to be on a diet. You're not going to have ambition. You're not going to face rejection with an open mindset that this is just going to happen. You're not going to do it. Why do you deserve something great if you ain't willing to put in the effort? You got to chase something, man. Chasing money is not bad, man. For me, chasing money keeps me out of trouble. When I'm chasing money, I'm focused. No distractions. Everything on the internet is a distraction. If it's not a video like this, where you at least you listening to somebody trying to motivate you or tell you you can do it, man, it's a distraction. Everything on the internet nowadays is ass and titties, a guru trying to scam you out your money. You paying all that money for a whole lot of nothing. A distraction. What he telling you for $1,000 for 30 minutes, you could have figured that out with $1,000 worth of experience, worth of effort, learning from your losses. And guess what? Not only would you have learned the same thing, you would have already built momentum to keep going. Stop telling people your goals, man. Stay silent. It's power in silence. All those guys I work with, where they at now? They still hopping from job to job. None of them picked up 2-3 jobs yet and just said, I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna hustle for a year and I'm gonna put myself in a position to get ahead later. None of them. What they're doing is still running around looking crazy. Meanwhile, I said, I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do what I wanna do. I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do. I tried to tell people, hey, look, man, at least keep an eye out because this might happen. And guess what? It did happen. Not because I wanted it to. That's not my business. I didn't own that company. That's because I knew another man owned that company. We can't tell the boss what he gonna do with his asset. That's our issues is not his issue. Put it like this. If he thought like us, we wouldn't have had a job there in the first place. He wouldn't have started that company. He wouldn't have built it from the ground up. Put himself in a position to hire us. Now that he decided he want to liquidate and take his profit and run off in the sunset, now we sitting here looking sad. Meanwhile, everybody in that warehouse had $1 million idea, but they didn't have $1 million mindset. You can't have the pen and paper without the hustle. You got to put that shit together. Pen, paper, idea, hustle. Let's make this shit happen to the point where we can ball the paper up, throw it out, because it's all up here. We locked in already. You understand what I'm saying? That's not what they wanted. They wanted comfort. No, man, you keep your business open so you can pay me my $700 every 2 weeks. What the hell are we doing with $700 every 2 weeks? I'm not knocking any man that's out here with a job. Y'all already know. Check my videos. That's not how we get down. But some of us want more. Man, stop caring about what everybody else want for you. What the fuck do you want for yourself? I check the analytics for my criteria. Most of y'all watching my content is in y'all 30s. Or damn near there. Some of y'all reaching 40. It's no way you're not supposed to have another hustle. It's no way you're not supposed to put your skills to work. Some of y'all know more shit than me. How the hell you gonna let me outwork you? How you gonna let a 15, 16, 18, 21-year-old outwork you? And make no mistake, it's a beautiful thing. They're hustling, getting to the bag, getting to it, trying to live a better life because they got people that they know will depend on them in the future. They want to pay moms back, pay dads back. They want to put mom in a new house. They want to get themselves a bigger house to move mom in, whatever the case may be. How you going to let somebody else outwork you at your age? Man, come on, man. Fuck the keeping it real. Forget all that. Let's talk reality. We got so much shit to do, man. We got so much more to do. But what are we doing? Worrying about everybody else, telling everybody our business. And what happens is when you tell everybody your plans, your brain it can't identify if you have done what you said you're gonna do or not. What it's gonna say is, he spoke on it, he feels good, let's release dopamine. Now you don't even have the ambition to go out and do what's needed to be done to get there. Come on, man. Strolling through TikTok, strolling through Instagram, man, fuck all that ass and titties, man. Them girls don't even know us. They don't know you, they don't know me. Why would you pay attention to them? We got too much. We worrying about arguing and fighting, debating on who's sleeping with who, worrying about what celebrities got going on, telling everybody our goals. Come on, man, we better than this, man. I'm tired of seeing this, man. It's to the point where I feel like I'm alone out here. I'm talking to this camera to reach somebody. Let's get to it. I want it all, but guess what? I'm humble enough to know I can't do this by myself. I need men out here rocking with me. I'm not the one that's gonna backstab. I'm the one, let's all sit at the table and eat together. Why would I hold you back when you can help me move forward and I help you move forward? But you gotta tell the people who are willing to listen. They have to have the same mindset. And I'm gonna put it like this, the majority is not it. We're the minority, but you gotta get away from the majority, man, and you cannot feel bad about that. You gotta understand that that's just what it is. Sometimes people need you to do it, and they'll see you do it, and then they'll say, oh, okay, you know what? He ain't playing. I need to get on my shit. That's what it's gonna take. That's what it's gonna take, man. So look, remain silent. Treat your goals and your vision like an asset. It's not giving you profit right now, but the more you talk about it and tell people, you are devaluing your asset. We don't want to hear no small talk. We don't want to talk about anything other than progress. I'm tired of talking about who better than LeBron and Michael Jordan, who the better soccer player, Chris Ronaldo, Lionel Messi. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't want to talk about what celebrity is with who. It doesn't matter. Let's focus on what we have to focus on. We gotta do, it's like, the people we admire, just know they got to where they at by putting in the work. Was luck there? Of course a little bit of luck there, but for what I can remember, the harder you work, the luckier you get. It's always gonna be sacrifice. People wanna say, I don't want to work because I'll miss out on spending time with my family. Funny thing is, you can have a balance. What I've seen is the people that spend a lot of time with their family and don't work, when they reach a certain age, they're watching their family members go through a certain amount of turmoil, crisis, a certain amount of struggle, and they wish that they would have done more when they was younger to set themselves up for that period. And then the people that work, but they give that lifestyle to their families, their loved ones, they wish they wouldn't have worked as much and they would have spent time with them. It's always a give or take. I'm gonna put it like this. I don't want to live till I'm 90. I don't want my daughters wiping my ass when I'm 90 years old, man. Cause let's face it, everybody can, right? Everybody can't, right? It's not a guarantee I'm going to be 90 years old and able to walk and give myself a shower. I can try all I want, but it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee, but what's a guarantee? I got one shot at life, and you're always gonna sacrifice something, man. That's what we don't wanna accept. I accept it. I don't care about nothing I can't control. What I can control right now is what I'm doing on a daily basis. If I'm not focused on that, then I'm going to fall victim to something else. I'm going to be on social media all day, wasting time. I'm going to be worrying about the past. I'm going to be worrying about who got the fattest ass. I'm not into none of that, man. It's pointless. We did that when we was 20, 30, 40. Come on, man. Stop telling people your dreams, stop telling people your goals, and just put the work in. You get some type of validation. You don't need their validation for you. Validate yourself. That shit's like a superpower nowadays. With everybody trying to get validation somewhere, think about you putting yourself in the minority that gives validation to themselves. I don't need nobody's opinion. I don't. I give myself my own validation. I give myself my own. I control what I can control. That means I validate myself. I motivate myself. I hold myself accountable. I make sure I'm being disciplined. I'm standing on what I believe in. I don't, nobody else and what they believe in, I'm going to diss them or disrespect them. I'm spending too much time focusing on what the hell I'm doing. I know nobody's coming to save me. Guess what? The people that looking at me and judging me, they got problems too. I'm just not scared to tell the world my problems, but at the same time, I'm doing what I have to do to deal with my problems. I'm not avoiding my issues. I'm not running from my past. I sat my ass down and I looked at my past and I said, you know what? No more. I'm going to set out my goals, but besides my goals, I'm going to focus on my habits. I'm going to put a system in place. Every day I'm going to do this. If I have a job, I do this at that job. I do this in between. I do this right after, leading up to in between my second job. I do my second job, I'm going to do it in this way. I'm going to have this structure, this process. I'm going to do it in this order. I'm going to have an orderly fashion system laid out so I can go from A, B, C, D on all the way down to Z. I don't have time to deviate from my plan. It's already going to be obstacles on my road. Why would I focus on anybody else's road? They're supposed to be on their own road. They're supposed to put their energy on their own issues, their own problems, their own vision, their own focus. But guess what? You build a habit of strolling on social media. You build a habit of worrying about celebrities. You build a habit of talking about what XYZ doing. What are they doing? Ha ha ha, you seen when this happened to that with that person and that person? Yeah. It's like you seeking validation on why you haven't done nothing through somebody else going through pain. Why would I do that? That's not worth it either. You're gonna sacrifice your life to sit back and talk about somebody else's just to cope with your insecurities? Don't let my confidence put you in a comfortable spot. Don't let my confidence offend your insecurities. Do what you do, and I'm going to do what I do. This is the mindset. But you know how you deviate away from all of that? Don't tell anybody. Don't tell anybody. If they don't know, they don't have nothing against you. Let them look at you like you ain't got nothing going on, because guess what? They don't have anything going on. And it doesn't matter if they agree with what you have going on or not. It doesn't matter if they know what you have going on or not. You know you have something in place for your life. You know you're trying to move forward. You know you have things to accomplish. It doesn't matter what they're talking about. It only matters what you're doing. Focus on your habits. If you're making sure you wake up, work out, go to work, put in that extra time to read a book, side hustle, a second job, learn something, teach somebody something, go somewhere, spend time with a loved one. All these things, guess what you're not doing? You're not being distracted. If you sit down having a conversation with someone, more than likely you shouldn't be on your phone strolling. If you have a second job, more than likely you shouldn't be on your phone strolling. Even if you're looking at your phone during a workout, you're still working out. You're putting your body through some physical stress that has a lot of benefits later down the road. But if you sit down in your room, on the couch, in the house, wherever you're at, if you're just chilling, looking at your phone for how long? That's a habit. After about 2 days of doing something, you know you already built a form of a habit. That's why they say never do it back to back. The moment you do it the second day straight, third day, fourth day, fifth day, it's all inevitable. Next thing you know, 2 years later, you're still doing it. And guess how long it's gonna take you to probably break that habit, that addiction? Probably double. If you've been looking at porn for 3 years, it's probably gonna take you 6 years to fully get away from it. I'm not saying that's the real statistics. I'm just saying it's easy to build it up, but it's almost twice as hard to get rid of it. It's easy to gain weight. It's hard to lose it. It's easy to put yourself in debt. It's hard to get out of it. You get what I'm saying? It's easy to build that habit. It's hard to stop. But you know how you prevent yourself from getting in that situation in the first place? Habits. Discipline. Then you have goals. The less you tell people about those goals, the more you can focus on your habits, your discipline, without anybody in question. We don't care about what everybody else doing. When you wake up, when I wake up, what are we doing? We getting to it. I'm not just talking about money. Man, it could be anything. You want to read a book, you want to read one book a month, 3 books a year because you haven't read a book at all? That's a goal. 1 page a day. We're on our way. You want to make an extra $100? $100 a day. We're on our way. We're working. Your personal relationships. Don't tell nobody you got a problem in your relationship. Go home to your girl. Go home to your loved one and have that sit down. Go through that process. Put in that work. Man, you ain't got to tell nobody nothing. If you want to tell me, just know I'm going to sit down. I'm going to listen. I'm going to read your comments and I'm going to respond with my perspective, but also I'm going to have an open mind when I'm responding. I don't know you personally. I don't know your situation, but for you to trust me to tell me, I have to keep that trust between me and you. But if you really want to know how I feel, don't even tell me. Put in the work. It's like I can feel you. I feel you in the universe somewhere. That energy I know somebody working. When you're done watching this video, go work out. Go run around the block. Go hit the heavy bag. Go swim. Whatever you like to do. It don't matter what you like to do. You want to get a second job? Do it. Don't let nobody tell you, oh, you're working too hard. Meanwhile, they're not working at all. It's always the opposite side. It's always a sacrifice. It's always, I don't think it's worth it. Meanwhile, the people that's telling you they don't think it's worth it, what are they doing? Something that you know you don't think is worth it. You see what I'm saying? This is where we as men, we have to choose to be a part of the minority. The minority of people built the world. The minority of men built the world. Whatever circumstances it was, the outliers went against the grain. The outliers went against crime, went against evil. They said no more. The smart people said no more. We have to have that same mindset. We have to not tell anybody, just do it. Don't worry about the consequences. Guess what? Be you, everybody else will adjust. Or they'll go about their day. They're not gonna, trust me, they're not gonna stress to focus on changing you after a while. They'll just understand this person is just on another level. It's okay to be on another level. It's okay to go beast mode. It's okay to say, fuck it. Let's get to work. It's okay. It's okay to not want to be average. And it's okay to be average. The problem is, if you don't want to be average, you have to stand on that. And if you want to be average, you got to stand on that. Whatever comes with it. You put yourself in debt, your ass is in debt. You want to be boss? It's going to come with everything. You got to be ready for it. And that's all I want to say, man. I'm going to catch y'all on the next video.